G'day and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking battery connectors and a little bit of old school and new school. Well, it's, yeah, sort of. This is a parallel Deans plug setup that was running just on a Deans plug, but now has an XT60 soldered to the end of the plug, for reasons we'll understand soon. And I have been running Deans plugs on my ground stuff, you know what, like out of habit, just because of the corrosion resistance of the pins. Really, because they're gold plated, but you know, XT60 ones are too, so but just out of habit since ages ago. You know, I used to be into big gun, which is a type of sort of a RC boat hobby. I'll show you in a sec. Hold on a sec. This is a dusty big gun hull of an Italian cruiser. Unfortunately, that was unfinished. And I may finish that one day, or I may sell it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's why I use Deans plugs, and I got them on this, and I got them on the hot rod, as you can see up there. Well, you can see the hot rod up there. A helicopter flying overhead. I decided to do a bit of testing because I was pulling the trailer. They fly too low over here, like they really do. I did this testing because I was towing this up. This was towing this trailer with a load on both up from down the bottom, and I was running one of these batteries, but with a Deans plug, of course, and it just went pew and stopped, and smoke came out of the plug assembly, and I'd melted the plug, and I don't know if this is the one. This might be the one here, you can see up here now, but I don't think this was the one. I think this is the one I just took off the other battery to replace to make it, you know, fit to use. So I was like, okay, obviously, you know, I've had in connection problems. I've had to dick them around, try to get them to work for a little while, and I have replaced the plugs on these a couple of times. The problem is that they heat up, and the plastic is, well, by nature, plastics are very non-thermally resistant, but it's much less resistant to deformation from thermal, from temperature, than the XT60 is. It's also a worse design because of the way the plug goes together. I have one here to show you. If you see up here, you see it comes apart, and the pins, when they come back together, are exposed. So, what I did was I got the trusty multimeter and the thermocouple, and I stuck it right under there. So you can see that little, where my nail is there, it's right under there. And I went for a run. It was down the grass, which is quite tall at the moment, so it was tougher on the vehicle. Down it, up it, all the way up to a trailer positioned behind my place up here, and read the temperature. So let's have a look at that, and then we'll get back and discuss the results. We've just turned it on, and you can see we're at 18 degrees C. There's the probe just on the receiving side of the parallel split. And this did have to get jiggled to get a connection, so I think there is a slightly dodgy connection here. That's fairly typical of these Deans gates. Deans gates? Oh, I was just thinking Deans gates locks down in Manchester. Sorry. No, that's fairly typical of these Deans plugs, which are definitely not a gate. And they, yeah, so they do wear out. The heat up, the plastic is not, like, you know, thermally resistant. that, 51 degrees on that connector. And this battery is obviously got a problem. One of the cells is dropping quickly or something because it's not keeping up the current delivery. 53, so we've still got thermal soak going on. There's no fan running on the ESC, so the ESC itself is not hot. This is just because of 52, so we're dropping. Peak at 53. This is just because the, you know, thermal resistance on that connection. Right, well, let's take it back. And what I'm going to do is simply remove the Deans from the battery and stick a XT60 on it instead, and then put an XT60 onto the Y splitter. So, look who's come to visit. Hello, boss. What you doing? You come do a bit of hunt up here and get the mice in the sheds? Yeah. Alright, take this thing back. Okay, here we are with the XT60 connector, and the thermocouple is at 19 degrees. It's back in the same spot on the Y splitter, the parallel split, and I've just soldered the connector onto the end of that. So we'll see what the temperature rise is now. Hey buddy, come on with. Buddy. Alright, there you go. We got 27, including heatsink. Let's give it a moment. Hoppy. So I think we're pretty well gonna max out at 27 probably. Been here for a while now. So I'm gonna say that's probably, you know, I mean, it's obviously a sizable difference in temperature, and that's what ends up happening with Deans. Now I know this is a new XT60, but we use XT60s a lot, and I've had a much better experience. Yeah, so you're going down 26, peak of 27. All right, there you go. Oh, let's go back to the bench. So there you go, a fairly conclusive result. Now, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be getting rid of the Deans and go on XT60 on all of these high current applications. So yeah, if you're out there and you're running Deans because you're old school, or that's what was cheap, or whatever reason, and it's high current, you probably want to get rid of that. You are losing performance, I'd say. I know it's not conclusive, and I haven't done a sort of like resistance under load, but basically if you've got a connection
and it's getting hot, it's increasing in resistance, regardless of the state of the plastic of the connection. And it will continue to increase in resistance, which will continue to increase the temperature, which will continue to increase resistance until the thing melts and fails, right? And that's what happened when this died. That's why I'm going to be on XT60. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and support the channel. You know, I've gone out and I have gotten myself an RP, the ESRP, and invested a lot in the channel so you can have really high quality shots. I know this is only 1080, but that baby is in 4K, so and I think that's where it matters. You know, you don't need to see my mug in 4K, do ya? Anyway, rock on, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.